So I keep getting comments about whether or not Mallory was an angel or a witch in American Horror Story Apocalypse, and while I don't believe that she is an angel, I also have to say I don't even believe that there is a god in American Horror Story. Let's discuss it. Hey YouTubers, don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell over by the subscriber button to notify you every single time I upload. So like I said guys, I keep getting these comments about whether or not Mallory is an angel in American Horror Story Apocalypse or whether she's a witch. Is she the new Supreme? How is this going to really continue, especially with the witches coming back in American Horror Story? And I really don't know what the ultimate answer is going to be in this, but if I had to guess, I would say, yeah, I don't think that she is an angel. I feel like the season really did set her up as the new Supreme, especially with the final episode having Cordelia take herself out and giving Mallory enough power in order to go back in time and stop Michael before he even became a problem. So yeah, I feel like that in and of itself proves that she is a witch and not exactly an angel like everyone was speculating. Of course, this is kind of a blow for a lot of us fans who are wishing that this would kind of lead to something a little bit bigger. I mean, especially since they did set up the American Horror Story Apocalypse storyline to be just witches versus the Antichrist. I mean, the coming of the Antichrist is supposed to signal the return of Jesus and everything else that comes with that. And maybe, as a lot of people were speculating, she's an angel, she's some kind of reincarnation or something. Whatever it actually might have been, that's what we were hoping for. That's what a lot of people were just anticipating throughout that entire season, but that didn't really come to pass. And I think one of the reasons is because there is no God in American Horror Story. I mean, as weird as that is to say, in fact, I understand a lot of people might take kind of offense to that, especially with all the biblical stuff that American Horror Story has really grabbed onto over the last couple years. But seriously, what evidence of a God do we have existing in any given season? Of course, we do have the Antichrist, which symbolizes the existence of Satan and thus symbolizing God himself, but at the same time we have witches who are not really beholden to Satan, which is one of the things that you think about when you think about witches and how their power structure and everything else is made. So yeah, like it's kind of a weird universe to say the least. And what I keep jumping back to is the quote from Ryan Murphy around the second season of American Horror Story, where he said, "For me, aliens are always an obvious metaphor for God. It fits very easily into the world of Catholic sanitarium asylum. It was also about science versus faith, so it made sense to me. The show is a show that pays tribute to a lot of horror masters. We take that seriously, so I always loved the alien idea of it. I loved what it was, I loved what it was about." And because the television show hasn't done a lot to offer us any real evidence that God exists in this world, especially after this 8th season that dealt primarily with the Antichrist himself, the apocalypse, and everything that entails, and the fact that Mallory herself was not either the resurrection of Jesus or also an angel in and of herself brought down on earth to help stop the Antichrist, to me, I feel like they've already answered this question. There are no such things as angels in the American Horror Story universe. In fact, there is no such thing as God. Yes, there are witches and ghosts and demons and also the Antichrist and everything that entails, but that doesn't mean that there is a God in this universe. In fact, as weird as it is to say, the closest that we have ever gotten into any season, this could all kind of be written away in future seasons or whatever they decide to do, but the closest thing that we have gotten is the aliens. And the aliens themselves are a metaphor for God in this universe. We've seen them ever since season 2 with the ability to not only travel through space, but also resurrect people, as they did with Grace in season 2 of Asylum. They have telekinesis and they can even cause birth in human beings. And very obviously a biblical metaphor, almost everything that they do and everything that they did in that season. What if the aliens are the answer to everything that American Horror Story has been revolving around this entire time? These creatures have come to Earth and they've manipulated our DNA, causing that power that witches and warlocks actually have. And that's what actually brought on demons and the Antichrist and all these other ghosts and spirits and everything. Because people who are affected by the aliens, who get power by the aliens and everything that entails, when they die, their spirits never leave the physical plane, and that curses the place in which they die. That explains Murder House, Hotel, and all these other places and entities that we've seen throughout this entire show. They are the cause for everything in this universe, and that is what we're building up towards this entire time. So as I said, I don't think Mallory herself is an angel. I think she is the Supreme, but maybe there is a connection between the witches and the aliens and God themselves somewhere in the history or depths of the American Horror Story universe. I'm just gonna throw that out there. Honestly, I feel like a lot of what I've said is really blasphemous for a lot of people, and I just have to say, we're talking about a television show. We're talking about, a purely fictionalized world, and none of this has to make sense in any real way, shape, or form. So, take this with a grain of salt. Don't take this super seriously and just try to have fun with it. Tell me in the comment section below whether you like this idea or not. Would you like to see the aliens back in a future season? I've already kind of made it very clear that I would love a sequel to Asylum, just to kind of help explain everything that's going on in the universe of American Horror Story. Hope everyone's having a fantastic day. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that bell over by the subscriber button to notify you every single time I upload. It's been real.